everyone, welcome to day 3 of Vlogmas. It's Wednesday, December 3rd, and I am sitting in my dining room after my dinner and 9 to 5, doing a little bit of making. I'm working on right now the stockings that I have already kind of cut and prepped for my husband and I, and I meant to have these sewn up a little bit sooner than they are actually ending up being sewn, but that's okay. We're still well before Christmas, which is really when you want them. So I am going to try to sew the blocks today, the ribbon star quilt patches for both stockings today. And then tomorrow maybe I'll actually get to stitch together the stockings, which will be a much quicker process than making the box. So right now I'm doing kind of the traditional half square triangle method. So I have these squares cut out. You should look up the half square triangle method if you want to do it, because there's like an equation for what size this square should be to get you the right final size. But it's 1 square of the contrast color, 1 square of the main color, and you mark a line. I just did, it's red. Mark a line down the center. You stitch on a 1/4 inch away from that line on either side, and then you cut down that line and you have 2 half square triangle pieces. I will say, at the risk of TMI, I am on my 9th day of antibiotics right now, so I'm definitely feeling pretty tired. So if that explanation did not make any sense, I'm sorry. And you will see what I mean when I have finished putting together this block. So now I'm just going to mark up all of my blocks and run them through my machine and see how far I can't get tonight. Okay, so I am done with all of the little triangles. So what I showed you last time was half of this, and I'd stitched that line right there, and now I'm pressing them open so that they form little squares that are half of each color. And let me turn the camera around. Okay, so once you have all of those, you can make something like this. So these are my half square triangle blocks, and this is the ribbon square block pattern. I realize I am missing one of the just plain blocks right there, so I'm going to go ahead and try to find it or cut a new one. So this will be my stocking. It's green and brown, and I'm really loving the colors there. And I definitely think I can have both blocks done tonight, which is really exciting. So stay tuned. In a moment, I'll give you a sneak peek at the finished block. Okay, so new development. Hubble is really feeling clingy today. It's definitely a case where when it's cold out, the cats get even more cuddly, and Hubble's always been a really cuddly boy anyway. But I did just finish the first block. I'm really happy with how it turned out. And it didn't take that long at all. So I moved on to the second one, and the colors for the second one, this is gonna be Matthew's, are these, in case you forgot or haven't seen before. And so I'm just doing the same exact thing that I did for the green one. I'm marking up my squares, then I will run them through the machine for my half square triangles. I actually ended up making more of the green ones than I needed because I did my math wrong. And I cannot tell you how often I do my math wrong. So that's okay. I probably will make a nice little like coaster or something like that with the scraps. So on to block number 2 with my companion, apparently.
What apparition felt like. For the rest of the day, Harry was busy to describe the sensation of apparition. All of them seemed awed rather than put off when he told them how uncomfortable it was, and he was still answering.
Okay, we have 2 finished quilt squares. I'm so happy with how they turned out, and I have plenty of fabric over here to make the body of the stocking, which will probably come along tomorrow. The second quilt square, the one for Matthew's stocking, is probably my favorite. It did present a little bit of a challenge because I realized this is a directional fabric, and so I had to do a little bit of adjusting the squares that I had cut to make sure that all of the fabric there was going in the same direction, but it turned out really nice. It's actually maybe my favorite because it looks like a starry night sky, and that's really awesome. Okay, I have to go make a salad now for lunches, so I'm gonna leave you all here for a minute. Okay, it is officially bedtime, but I did just finish cutting out, just for the one stocking, the stocking shape. I know I'm gonna get questions, and I did not use a pattern. I just freehanded it. I kind of figure I know what a stocking looks like, and I didn't really want to have to pay for a pattern, although I'm sure there's some free ones out there. And in general, all of this is just kind of, I sketched it up in my notebook and kind of just made it up as I went along. But so I have what I was planning on being the exterior here and then the interior here, and then I would have like a folded cuff. So the idea being it would look like this, with this being the folded cuff. So something like that. But as I was sitting here playing around with that, I had the thought that I think I might prefer it to be on the contrast, and then, hold on, a bit hard to do one-handed. I should have set up the camera. But so if I did the darker fabric behind the star like that, and then that fabric, kind of the busier fabric, as the cuff. And I think I like that more. I think that works better, in my opinion. So it's what I'm leaning towards right now. I mean, I particularly like that kind of contrast, and the lighting's not great at the moment, so you all might not be seeing it the same way that I am, but that's what I'm tempted to do right now. I'm gonna ask Matthew if he has an opinion. He might, and this is his stocking after all, so we'll see. But then if I were to do that, the other stocking would be on this brown, and then the interior would be that. So, which I think I really like. I think you guys are just gonna have to tune in tomorrow to just find out what I actually end up deciding here. But regardless, I think it's a good day's work. I'm gonna go upstairs with a large glass of water and a Kindle and my knitting and turn in early tonight. I'll see you all tomorrow.